Okay. Trying to get a good. We are live. Let me actually get the show prepared. Oh, they have the Royal Rumble.
Why so serious?
Why so serious? Okay. We actually have. Whoops. Oh, it goes up. So we watched 95. We are on 96. So this is good. A lot smoother this time around. Last week started off rough. Not only streaming wise, technology wise, but the event itself, the 1995 Royal Rumble, was fucking brutal. I'm not gonna lie. Um, Tyrese Daniels is in the chat talking about Saw. I wouldn't have expected it any other way. So yeah, I don't know if the 96 Rumble is going to main event the show because Bret Hart and Undertaker are wrestling for the title, and they were the poster of this show. So maybe Bret and Undertaker are going to be the main event, which I'm perfectly fine with. Bret actually wrestled Diesel on the 1995 show. So just a year later, Bret's the champion. I believe Bret, because Bret fought Diesel in 95 at the Rumble, went to a draw, and then Bret beat Diesel in November of 95 at Survivor Series. So that's why Bret is coming into the show as the champion this time. Um, but yeah, who knows? Depending on how this goes, maybe we will look at some other shows from the mid 90s, right? You got WrestleMania season. Hold on to your butts. uh, your favorite scene is the bathroom scene in Saw 2. Which bathroom scene? The scene when Amanda brings uh, the kid down to the bathroom, or when Donnie Wahlberg gets locked down there and Amanda says game over? That's a pretty good cliffhanger, I would say. So I mainly wanted to start early to make sure this went well, right? Like if I had to finagle some things, I wanted to fix it by 8 o'clock. But this time, I think I gotta. It wasn't, uh, you know, easy, but it was easier than last week, so that's a good sign. And if tonight's stream goes well, who knows? This could be an every Sunday night thing. Who knows? I don't want to get ahead of myself. But especially Netflix having all of these WWE shows, that has made this easier. It's not as good as the network. Boy, do I miss the network. We had it so well with the network. The network is sorely missed. Not just for the navigation, but for the price. $10 a month, dude. Yeah. But yeah, the navigation of this is better than Peacock. It's slightly easier to use than Peacock. So I appreciate that. Um, After the Royal Rumble, there is Elimination Chamber. should we watch Elimination Chamber shows? I can't tell you the last time I've rewatched an Elimination Chamber show. If I'm being honest, um, once the Elimination Chamber started becoming its own PLE pay per view, I haven't rewatched any of this stuff. So, all right. It looks like this show is a little under 3 hours, which is a plus. 2 hours and 49 minutes. I'm gonna give it like another minute before I press play, in case anyone wants to watch along. If not, I'll try to talk about what's on screen as much as possible so that it's easy to um, follow along without watching. Oh shit, we have a screensaver because I guess I've been idle for too long, and it's the greatest Royal Rumble. That was the Saudi Arabia show, right? Only thing I remember about that show or that match was it 50 people, and I know Braun Strowman won it, and I remember Daniel Bryan. That was his only Saudi Arabia. All right, I think we're gonna get started. I mean, it's 7:59. It's close enough. Let's press play on the 1996 Royal Rumble in 3, 2, go. It's loading. It's buffering. It's 0%. Oh, here we go. We're who's in the bath? Sunny is in the bath. Sunny is naked and she's in the bathtub. And she's drinking. What is that? It's supposed to be. So we're not Attitude Era yet, but you could tell we're getting close. We're in that in between phase. It's like we're coming out of New Generation and we're the go between of Attitude Era. And Sunny, they started the Royal Rumble with Sunny. What does that tell you as far as where Sunny's, standing in the company? She doesn't even wrestle. This mask, this gray Phantom of the Opera mask the Undertaker wore, was pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. I know he only wore it because he got his like cheekbone broken by Viscera. But it still looked cool. It almost looks like Kane's mask that he, like his most recent mask from like 2014. It's Goldust. This was back when Goldust was feuding with Razor Ramon, and the whole feud was Goldust was acting gay to Razor, and Razor was, I guess, homophobic towards Goldust. That's just kind of the gist of the feud. Oh, Vader. There's Mabel. Damn, Bob Backlund was still around, huh? Jesus. Hey, Steve Austin, the ringmaster. He wasn't Stone Cold yet. This has got to be better than 95. Like, no matter what. We got to be in better territory. Here we go. There it is. You're watching SpongeBob SquarePants? Okay. Cool beans. Vince McMahon still doing commentary. Fresno, California. All right. It looks like there's more people than the 95 one in the audience. Same logo, though, right? Isn't that the same logo from 95? Wow, Vince McMahon and Mr. Perfect doing commentary. Why is Mr. Perfect doing commentary? Why did Vince just turn his back from the camera? Oh, Jeff Jarrett's going to start this. Jeff Jarrett started the show in 95. He's starting the show in 96. The more things don't change, the more they stay the same. He's still got the same ain't I great music. This might be the best Jeff Jarrett gimmick. Just as far as like, he wasn't too overbearing by this point. Oh, last month at In Your House, Jeff Jarrett attacked Ahmed Johnson. Damn, and I guess the King hitting him with chairs. The King was also down there. Is Jeff Jarrett facing Ahmed Johnson? If you've never seen Ahmed Johnson, this guy was. I mean, he was explosive. He had the look. He had some cool powerhouse moves, but his promos were terrible. You barely understand him when he talked. He had a cool entrance theme. I'll give him that. Here we go. Oh, he's running down to the ring. He's pissed. So this is just a grudge match. This is just a straight up old fashioned grudge match. No titles on the line. I don't know who the Intercontinental Champion is at this point. Oh, nope. Oh, okay, we're hearing Mr. Perfect say WWF, so they don't censor out WWF. I feel like on the network they did. You couldn't even hear them say WWF. Or I wouldn't be surprised if some of these shows they just missed some of the censoring. Yeah. I will also say it's refreshing and it's nice. 1996 to see a black wrestler like Ahmed Johnson getting a decent push. Now, ultimately, he fucked up his push. He right, he wasn't too reliable in the ring. He got hurt a lot. He was kind of clumsy in the ring. He hurt some other people. He might not have been the right guy to push, but at least Vince was trying during a time when there probably wasn't a lot to choose from. Was Farouk here by now? I don't even know. Hmm. I know Farouk and Ahmed Johnson had a pretty long and extensive feud. Ooh. I think Ahmed is like, I don't want to say new, but he's definitely debuted within the last probably few months. So I'm gonna guess Ahmed wins. I haven't seen this show. I might have seen this Rumble, but and you know what? I might have also seen the Brett and Undertaker match. But it's been a while. I definitely haven't seen these other matches. So very interesting to hear Mr. Perfect doing commentary. Oh no, there he goes, Ahmed. Ooh, Ahmed has his hand caught in the ropes. That looks super dangerous. That looks like that sucked. I do appreciate that we got a match that's not for a title. It's just like a grudge match. Um, I think it's because nowadays Royal Rumbles don't have a lot of matches. You have the two Rumble matches, and then you get a title match, and then maybe you get like one other match. But like today, they're very kind of scarce with their, you know, matches. Oh, Ahmed Johnson into the blue steel stairs. It's kind of cool to see blue steel stairs. I kind of miss that. It might be a little cheesy, but oh, ain't he great? You're watching Saw 2? I thought you were watching SpongeBob. That was fast. I don't want to guess that maybe you have a short attention span, but oh, what's Ahmed doing? Is he hulking up? He's like, it's almost like he's running in place. Ooh, he caught Jeff Jarrett off the ropes in like a bear hug position. I'm telling you, it's the power. Ooh, was that an atomic drop? Another move that you don't see today anymore. Big clothesline. Oh, is he about to do? What's he doing? Spine buster. Hey, Caleb Lynch. What's going on there, dude? We are watching the 1996 Royal Rumble. I don't know if you're a wrestling fan, but it's Royal Rumble season. Oh my God! Jesus fucking Christ! Ahmed Johnson just jumped over the ropes, and I swear he landed face first into the fucking ground. But he's up. He got up. I don't want to say that was like one of the sloppiest suicide dives I've ever seen, but I don't know how he's alive right now. Ooh, what the hell? Oh, you like wrestling? Nice. Cool, cool, cool. Are you an old school wrestling fan or are you current? I don't know what Ahmed was going. Did I hear that Mark Jones passed away? Who's Mark Jones? Who is that? I don't know what Ahmed was going for. He went for like a 450, not splash though. Now Jeff Jarrett has a figure four leg lock. You like old school wrestling? Yeah, I think old school wrestling. I know it's faster paced today, but I prefer old school wrestling too, especially late '90s or early 2000s. So that's my favorite time period there. Oh, Jarrett, he's working on his legs. Ahmed Johnson's legs. Mark Jones created the Leprechaun franchise. Wow. You know what? No offense to Mark Jones and his family. Um, Obviously, rest in peace. But I am not thankful for him creating the Leprechaun franchise. Wait, what the hell? Jeff Jarrett just got disqualified for hitting Ahmed Johnson with a guitar. What is this? Two Rumbles in a row and we have DQs? Vince doesn't just... Vince will not let anybody just fucking beat somebody. This is crazy. This is crazy. And why bury Ahmed Johnson like this? This is Ahmed Johnson's first Royal Rumble. I mean, okay, he's up, granted. But you can't just have Ahmed win this match? Oh, and Ahmed is chasing Jeff Jarrett. What a lame DQ finish. Vince loved his DQ finishes, man. I think DQ finishes should be outlawed from pay-per-views. I think if it's a like if you do this on Raw, SmackDown, uh Sunday Night Heat, what do you think of the Vince McMahon Netflix documentary? I thought it was good. I mean, I'd say most of it I already knew. Especially when it was just talking about like the history of wrestling in the 90s and whatnot. But there was some interesting stuff about Vince and his Mostly his upbringing, his childhood, the shit with his parents. A lot of that was pretty wild, but it was good. Diesel is being interviewed right now. I think Diesel's going to be in the Rumble, right? And this is Diesel's last Royal Rumble because he leaves WWF uh, like 4 months later, right? He goes to WCW. See, Diesel is he's very natural. I think promos in general back then were natural, not scripted, not forced. Diesel feels like this is the most Kevin Nash Diesel has been, right? Where whether Nash knows he's leaving by this point, I don't know, or whether he is just way more comfortable as the character. Okay, is this the Body Donis? We have Chris Candido and uh, what's his name? Not Bruce Pritchard. The other Pritchard, Bruce. No, not Bruce. What's his name? What do you think is worse, M. Night Shyamalan or Victor Salva? Victor Salva is a horrible, disgusting human being. It's not even close. You know, like M. Night Shyamalan has made some bad movies, but Victor Salva is just a piece of shit. Uh, and Victor Salva has also made some bad sequels to Jeepers Creepers. He's made one good Jeepers Creepers movie because I don't really care for the second one either. Uh, I will take 10 more bad M. Night Shyamalan movies than one Victor Salva movie. Hey, Shadow Bear! What's going on? What's good in the hood? The Smoking Guns! Oh, okay. Billy and Bart Gunn are the tag team champions. Okay. The Smoking Guns were a tag team for a while, right? Like, when did they break up? 97 maybe? Unbreakable is M Night's best movie. I mean, it's either that or The Sixth Sense. I know The Sixth Sense is like his biggest movie. It's I don't know about box office, but it's his most probably known film. Unbreakable is great. I loved Unbreakable. Um, it sucks that like Glass, I don't want to say has ruined Unbreakable for me. I still like Unbreakable a lot, but man, Glass let me down so much. Um, the ending of Split was so like holy fuck. What a surprise. What a treat, you know? Something I was not expecting at all. It somehow never got leaked. Or at least I didn't know about it beforehand. I was in theaters and I freaked the fuck out when I saw Bruce Willis at the end of Split. And what a letdown Glass was. Yeah, Victor Salva. I mean, he's just a horrible person. Never mind, like you could tell me he made this Oscar winning or worthy movie and I wouldn't give a shit. you know, um, Scum of the scum. It's sad what happened to Bruce Willis. It is. It's very sad. Like when you hear that he's not even like aware of who he is anymore. Like he can't speak. Um, I think his wife had to move him into like a different home. Um, yeah, it's very sad. The Body Donnas is such a horrible gimmick, horrible look. I feel so bad for Chris Candido. I don't really care too much about the Pritchard guy because he was kind of a WWE lifer for forever, right? Oh shit! Bart Gunn just slingshotted both Body Donnas out of the ring. And Billy Gunn, wow, that was a better dive than Ahmed Johnson did. Have I seen a working man with Jason Statham? No, no. I watched Double Toast's review of the movie. In fact, they might have even roasted it. I don't know, because like, but yeah, Jason Statham. Like, as much as I like Jason Statham, his movies have gotten to the point where I feel like he hasn't made a good movie in years. You know, it's almost like he's becoming a parody of himself, where it's like his movies now, it's almost like what Liam Neeson became, where it's just, it's a generic action movie where he has to beat up a gang, or somebody gets kidnapped, or somebody dies close to him and he has to get revenge. It's just the same shit every fucking movie. I've seen too many of them to like give a shit anymore. So yeah, I still love Crank and the Transporter movies though, or the first three Transporters. Sunny, I know Sunny is in jail now, and I know she did some fucked up shit. But man, was she hot back in '96. You know what I mean? And I know she ended up doing porn, and I know that when she did porn, she was like she was overweight and didn't look nearly as good. Uh, but '96 Sunny, you know, there was a reason why she was the most downloaded woman. I think in '96. I think that was back when like the internet really gave a shit about that type of stuff. You know, the most downloaded images or whatever the fuck. Oh, holy shit! Bart Gunn with a gorilla press slam on um, the Pritchard guy. Remember when they said they were going to make a movie about Chris Benoit? Are they not doing that anymore? Because yes, I do remember that. Is that not happening anymore? I remember Chris Hemsworth was going to do a movie about Hulk Hogan. He was going to play Hulk Hogan, and then that got canceled. Which, now that Hogan's dead, I won't be surprised if they do go back to it. Maybe not with Hemsworth, but I wouldn't be surprised if they try to make that again. As far as Chris Benoit goes, man, that's tough. What's my most anticipated video game to play in 2026? I mean, I'd be lying if I didn't say GTA 6. I think that's everybody's go to, even if they don't want to admit it. Liev Schreiber was going to play Chris Benoit. Oh, yeah. You know what? That would have been really good. Liev Schreiber as Benoit, great casting. I hope that still happens, or if they have to get back to it. Who knows? Maybe the writer strike, an actor strike, and then COVID, maybe all of that halted a lot of these projects. So who knows what's going on now? Um, but yeah, video games. So GTA 6 is one. Wolverine is number two. And I gotta be honest, the closer we're getting to Resident Evil Requiem, which is coming out, what, next month, I might get that. Like, I wasn't really thinking about getting it, because I've only played like maybe half of the Resident Evil games, but I saw that recent showcase, that Resident Evil showcase that they did, and it looked really interesting. The stuff with Leon, uh, you know, the environment of the mansion. You heard Matthew Perry was going to make a movie about his life story, but yeah, he wanted Zac Efron to play. Well, that would have been awkward because didn't Zac Efron play a younger version of him in that movie? I guess it makes sense, but uh, now that Matthew Perry's passed away, though, I wonder if they'll go back to that or if they'll try that again. Um, I'm sure Matthew Perry has a really fucked up, sad, dark life, you know, and we don't even know the half of it. Because when I think of him, I still think of Friends, Chandler. He seemed regretful saying no. You know what, though? What's interesting is that if they do go back to it, and if they ask him now, then maybe he'll do it. Zac Efron's a really good actor. He really impressed me in the movie about the Von Erichs, where he played Kevin Von Erich. Um, I really enjoyed that movie, anyways, and he was really good in it. So, did they say this was for the tag team titles? It has to be, right? The Iron Claw. Thank you. Yes. Yeah, he was great. He was great. Nice Funko Pop. Well, which one? I have a few of them back there. I still need to do a Funko Pop like collections video. Although I don't know how much people give a shit about Funko Pops anymore. They're not nearly as popular as they were when I first started getting them. You always found Zac Efron to be an underrated actor. Yeah, yeah. I mean, he had an uphill battle, given that he started out as like a young, uh, like teenage High School Musical actor. I never saw High School Musical, so I never really had like I knew of him from that, but I never watched it, so I don't have that. Well, I never had that hang up with him. But I think for most people, he had to get over that. He had to, and then it didn't help that like,
Why so serious?
can you guys hear that? Why so serious? Uh, it didn't help that he did that Baywatch movie with The Rock because that was fucking awful, garbage. Not his fault, not Zac Efron's fault, but awful. He was good at Neighbors, so he could have done more raunchy comedies. It's just he did Baywatch, and I think that kind of probably ruined uh, him doing more comedies like that because it's just like, man, you gotta be careful. What the hell was that? The body Adonis just collided into each other, and then they both collided into Billy Gunn. So I don't know if that was supposed to be the spot. Although I don't even know how this match is really because I'm just paying more attention to Sunny. Is that bad? That awkward moment in Baywatch. What's that awkward moment? Did I see that? No, I don't. I don't think I saw that. Oh, big back body drop. You don't see that move as much today. Have I heard about the new Laura Croft? Yes. Don't watch the awkward moment. It's awful. Okay. You know what though? Rants seem to do the best as far as my reviews on my channel. It seems like people are only interested in when I rant and shit on movies. So I might have to watch this film if I need something to rant on. The new Laura Croft, yeah. Sophie Turner, right? Uh, Sansa Stark. I still think of her as Sansa Stark. I don't even think of Jean Grey. Like um, I know she's done some other stuff, but like, you know, I see that people online. I mean, Twitter is a horrible gauge. Some people love the way she looked in costume, uh, and some people don't like the way she looks because they think that like she's not hot enough. Which like, can you imagine looking at Sophie Turner and thinking she's not hot enough? Hey, the Smoking Guns won the match. They retained the titles. Bart Gunn rolled up Chris Candido. Uh, oh, my Scream MTV rants. Yeah, that was something. That was special because it was a chance to rant every week on one show, right? Because I mean, I think maybe there was like 2 or 3 episodes that I was like, okay, this isn't terrible. Like I tried to be fair, but for the most part, every episode, every week was garbage. What do I think of Scream 7? I'm looking forward to it. I know there are some people who are probably still upset about Melissa Barrera, and I'm not happy about what happened to her, but at the same time, at least we're not killing her off. We'll just move on, I guess, right? And I saw an interview where she seemed happy, or she seemed at least content moving on. She's not like as upset about it as she probably was years ago. I love that Nev Campbell's coming back, though. It's like, um, remember when Scream was kind of like a parody of horror movies? Um, I don't know about parody. It was more satire. It was definitely making fun of certain tropes, but like I never really thought Scream was too comedic. Scream 3 is very comedic, and that's why I don't like Scream 3 cuz it's too goofy. But Scream 1 and 2 I thought did a good job of like referencing things, pointing out things, but not being too silly, at least for me. Um, and I'm very curious what the Scream 3 was awful. Yeah. Scream 3 is like I know there are some people out there that don't like 4, don't like 5, don't like 6. I don't know how anybody defends 3. Like I think three's terrible. If Stu's the main killer in 7, I wonder how they're going to explain him surviving a TV falling on his face. Um, Upset they killed Randy in 2. Yeah, me too. Um, I don't know what's going on with Stu. We know Matthew Lillard's in the movie, but is he going to be in the movie the way Skeet Ulrich is in 5 and 6? Is it flashbacks? Is it visions? Is it like nightmares that Sydney's having? Or is he still alive? I know the last trailer, or maybe it was just a commercial, showed Sydney going to like some, was it a mental hospital or something? And so like yeah, maybe we'll find out that he somehow survived the TV fall. I mean, I don't know. You're gonna have to just have his face all carved up and fucked up, right? But yeah, I don't know. I I'm curious. I'm very curious. And look, they could fuck it up. Scream 7 could suck. If Randy was still alive and maybe got together with Cindy, I would have been okay with that. Oh, you mean if he never died? Because I wouldn't want them to bring Randy back now. It's been too long. But if he stayed alive and got with Sydney, yeah, I would have been okay with that. I think Sydney's husband in this new movie is Joel McHale, right? Oh, we're gonna get Razor Ramon versus Goldust next. Is that for the IC title? That might be for the IC title. This storyline doesn't make Razor Ramon look great. I can't lie. This wasn't the greatest storyline for Razor Ramon or Scott Hall. You know what? I saw that too. I saw that report that they were like the plan for the trilogy of 5, 6, and 7 was that Melissa Barrera's character was going to become the killer in 7. And especially when I heard that, I became more okay with her not coming back because I would not have liked that. I mean, look, maybe they would have done it and they would have made it interesting, especially if like you have Jenna Ortega there and it's the two of them against each other. But like, I don't know. Maybe they could have made it work, but hearing it on paper, not interested. I'd much rather headcanon be the two sisters go on, they survive, they live happily ever after. I'm okay with that being the ending. Having her turn evil just seems too cliche. It seems too uninspired. It seems too. I mean, granted, it would be unique. It would be unique in the sense of your main character turns evil. You've watched her, I guess, turn evil over 3 movies. I'm not saying it's not different. It's just I guess I just wouldn't have wanted that to be the fate of the character. Oh, is that Marlena? Goldust's wife, Marlena, has arrived. Is this her debut? Yeah, wow, this is Marlena's debut. Look at that. Marlena is Terry Reynolds, by the way. Goldust is, or Dustin Rhodes' real life wife. At the time, they're not together anymore. I wonder if they brought Marlena on TV to kind of like make sure that everybody knew Goldust wasn't gay. I don't know what the. Marlena was in WCW before this, right? Fuck, what was her name in WCW? Well, Jeff Goldblum finds Goldust hilarious. I've never seen somebody smoke a cigar and look as attractive as Marlena does, I guess. Cigars aren't really attractive in general, but she makes it look. Hmm. Yo yo yo. Ty Will 482. Wait, is that your YouTube name? It's not T will be great. I guess that's Twitch. What's going on, man? Uh we're already 3 matches in to what happened to Chucky? Oh fuck. You know what, Shadow Bear? That's a great question. Chucky. Um yeah, Chucky's not watching. Is Chucky not interested in the Royal Rumble 96? You know what though? After the Rumble 95, I don't blame Chucky. Chucky probably saw that 95 show and said, fuck that shit. Hold on. Here he is. Here's good old Chuck, the Chuckster. We are forcing him to watch. He got up and walked away. Yeah, he heard that I was going to watch the Royal Rumble and said, oh no, not again. Fuck. If we could get Brad Dourif's voice, Chucky versus Leprechaun, I mean, why not? At this point, what else are we going to do with the Child's Play franchise? You hate Boston? This is actually, yes, it's a Celtics hat, but it's a custom made hat. I don't know if you can see that. It says RKMB, which is Review King MB, and I got that as a gift a few years ago. So, yes, it is a Celtics hat, but it's also a customized personal Chucky versus Megan. I would take that. Yes. Look at Chucky's not even looking at the screen. Look at this. Razor Ramon had one of the coolest fucking entrances. Come on, Chucky. That Razor's entrance with the sparks and shit, that's pretty goddamn cool. You're surprised there aren't Chucky dolls with Brad's voice, with Brad Dourif's voice? I looked for a Chucky doll before I bought this one. I looked for Chucky dolls that had the voiceover, maybe had a voice button, but no, I couldn't find any, and this was the best looking Chucky doll. So, but yeah, I'm surprised too. You would think that would. Did Chucky come with weapons? This one, no. The first Chucky doll that I got that looks way cheaper and not nearly as good. That one came with a fake knife. This one didn't come with a weapon though, which is weird, right? And I would give this one the knife that the other one had, but this one's hands are not shaped to hold anything, unfortunately. Uh, what, like a Chucky doll that had voice, like voiceover, or had Razor Ramon is the Intercontinental Champion. So Razor, the 1995 Rumble, Razor lost the IC title to Jeff Jarrett. He won it back in between, and he's now defending the title again. Now I remember this feud, but I wasn't watching week to week during this time yet, so I don't remember who wins, or I don't really know who wins this match. I know Razor's pretty much out the door. Like, he doesn't even make it to WrestleMania. He's about to go to WCW in like a month or two. So I wouldn't be surprised if Goldust wins this match. Oh, the toothpick! Razor threw the toothpick in Goldust's face. Oh, in fact, you know what? Razor's IC title makes me want to get my IC title. Should I? Should I get that? Yeah, look at that Shadow Bear. He knows what's up. All right. There's the IC title. Vince McMahon just said that he did an interview with Goldust before the show, and Vince McMahon was uncomfortable. Imagine Vince saying that he got uncomfortable being around Goldust. Now that we know all of the fucked up shit that Vince was doing back in the day. Fuck it, back in the day, he was doing that as recent as what, 2019? Shitting on girls and whatever. He was into some freaky stuff. Yeah, Marlena said something along the lines of, "I know I'm attractive, but," she told the cameraman to pay attention to the match. That's funny. So Goldust just went behind Razor and touched his chest. Early Goldust was pretty much just like, "Hey, what kind of gay stuff can I do to piss off the person I'm wrestling?" I remember, I believe after this, Goldust does a feud with Ahmed Johnson where Ahmed gets like knocked out, and backstage Goldust goes up to him and starts giving him mouth to mouth. Boogeyman or Undertaker, who's more freaky? Oh, Boogeyman. Because Undertaker's not really freaky. I mean, he's more like scary or gothic, or right. The freakiest thing Undertaker did was when he was recruiting people for the Ministry of Darkness in '99. He made Midian drink his blood. He supposedly, not really, he cut his wrist and had Midian drink his blood. That's how Midian joined the Ministry of Darkness. Boogeyman used to terrorize Booker T and Sharmell. Yeah, I remember that. I think they wrestled at WrestleMania, which is fucking crazy to think about. I think Boogeyman even beat Booker T at WrestleMania, which is like, all right, get in line, right? How many times did Vince have Booker T lose at WrestleMania? He lost to Triple H. He lost to Edge. Um. Oh, Razor just smacked Goldust in the ass. And I think Goldust liked it. Ugh. How did they get Scott Hall to agree to this? I mean, I know he didn't like doing this feud, but I mean, he did it. He's here, you know. You remember Boogeyman biting off the woman's scab from her face? Jillian Hall. Yeah, I remember that. I remember that. She had that fake fucking mole on her face, but it was more than a mole. It looked like a human growth on her face. And then, yeah, Boogeyman just bit it off of her. And that was how they explained her not wearing that anymore. Like, just the following week, she just had like a band aid on it. And, and then a month after that, she was fine. Crazy. That's the type of shit that Vince McMahon found funny. But you know what? To be fair, we remember that shit. As stupid as it all was, we all remember the bullshit. For better or for worse. Oh, Goldust. They're doing some actual wrestling now. Here we go. All right. It looks like an actual match. Punch, kick, fight, bite. Uh oh. Goldust using Marlena as a shield. Simpler times? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, think about it. It was before social media. Miss WWE on USA Network. I'm never subbing to Netflix. Um, well, to be fair, SmackDown currently is still on USA. Um, Netflix has what, Raw, and it now has all of the old shows. But I get it. I already had Netflix for Stranger Things. And I was watching that TV show You. So I already had Netflix, and so now it's like, well, I'll just keep it, I guess. Um, but I get it. If you have no interest in having Netflix for anything else, then yeah. I definitely preferred the network. And that's true. Internationally, Netflix has everything, right? You can watch NXT on there, you can watch SmackDown on there, you can watch the pay per views on there if you have the international VPN feed, which I don't officially use VPN, but I definitely use some form of, yeah. Because I'm definitely, you know what I say, fuck you to, is I'm not paying for ESPN. Fuck that shit. Your internet has streaming issues. Oh, I see. Yeah, well, you gotta be careful about that too, because yeah, then it's not worth it, right? It's not worth spending the money if you don't have good internet. What do you have, like Verizon? Yeah, fuck ESPN. I am not, and it's not even just for the price. Like $30 a month is a lot, but not just that. Them wanting me or expecting me to pay for Netflix, ESPN, and then what? Regular cable to watch NXT and SmackDown? It's like fuck them. You're spending almost $100 at that point to just for wrestling. Never mind if you want to watch AEW and you have HBO Max, I guess for that. But it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Fuck that shit. Goldust is now in control of Razor, throwing Razor into the corners. You have AT&T. Oh, is AT&T bad? Paying $30 a month for PLEs only is nuts. Exactly. Not only is it nuts, but look at the quality of PLEs. I'm not even trying to say that PLEs are bad today, although if you say that they're bad, I'm not going to argue with you. I'm more so saying you're paying $30 for what? Four matches? Four matches. And like I'm okay, or actually I'd rather like five or six matches to be honest. Maybe even seven matches. But if you're gonna give me 4 matches, then don't make me pay for it. Don't make me pay for it. Like fuck off. You know? Especially it's like 4 matches and a bunch of oh, she just blew glitter into Razor Ramon's. Marlena just blew glitter into Razor Ramon's face. I don't know why she did that. Uh, and who's that guy that's with them? Some guy who's wearing like a red. Maybe he's supposed to be like a movie theater guy, like the usher, the movie, but like because he's dressed funny though, like an old school usher. I do wish that the IC title still looked like this. I don't mind the current IC title now that they've added blue. At least it has some color now. But before that, I just thought it looked pretty pretty generic, you know, pretty uninspired. It looks better with the blue, and it looks even better the women's one with the white strap. 6 matches should be the norm for PLEs. I agree. No less than 6 matches. You could do 7 or 8 for like really big shows, but 6, I agree, the minimum. Because, for example, Survivor Series, you have 2 War Games matches, and then you have 2 other matches, and then that's it. That's really all we're doing here. Looking forward to the new Passenger movie. What Passenger movie? Oh, yeah, speaking of Primate, I saw Primate in theaters. I just haven't posted the review for it. I actually saw Primate a day before I saw 28 Years Later. I just haven't posted the review yet. I will post that Tuesday. How do I feel about Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen returning as? It's cool, but like I'm not gonna say I'm super excited for it because it feels like they've come back a lot. So I'm more I'm more interested and excited for James Marsden as Cyclops because I'm a big Cyclops person. I'm not going to say Cyclops is my favorite mutant, but he is one of my favorite X-Men characters. And he's always been done dirty by the Fox movies. And so I'm hoping that even just that 2-second shot of him in that that teaser, I'm hoping we get some really cool Cyclops stuff. I hope. I hope. But we shall see. Even if he gets less screen time, Cyclops in Doomsday, it'll probably still be better than what he did in all 3 X-Men movies that he was in. How sad is that? How sad is that? I mean, don't get me wrong, I love Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. I get making Wolverine the main character, but it's like, fuck, we couldn't have given Cyclops some shine in one of these fucking movies? Like X-Men 2. He gets quickly knocked out and taken to get brainwashed by Stryker, and then like that's really it. And he gets like a 2-minute fight with Jean Grey. Yeah, Cyclops needs just give me one moment, right? One badass moment with Cyclops. And I think we're gonna get that because because in that shot of him blasting out his lasers, there are sentinels behind him. So maybe he's about to have like a badass sentinel takedown scene in Doomsday. I mean, just give me that alone. I do wonder if we're going to get an X-Men versus Avengers sequence. Like maybe that won't be the whole movie, but it would be cool if we get like a Civil War level battle between them. Scott is supposed to be the Captain America of the X-Men. Yeah, because look at how great the MCU did Captain America as the leader. You know, just that one scene in the first Avengers movie when Cap tells the police what he's gonna do or what they need to do, and then he like takes out the aliens. You know, just cracked open a cold one. Hey, there you go. The 1-2-3 kid just fucked Razor Ramon. Not literally. Whoa. What kind of show is this? The 123 Kid, aka X Pac, aka Sean Waltman, aka Six, just came out through the crowd, hit Razor Ramon, and then Goldust just won the title. Goldust, ew. And now Marlena and Goldust are licking tongues. Gross. Or they're touching tongues, I guess. Goldust just won that. So 2 Rumbles in a row, Razor Ramon loses the IC title. They make Mystique the leader of what you're talking about, like First Class? And I actually didn't mind Jennifer Lawrence's Mystique in First Class and Days of Future Past. Yes, why should we trust you? And then Cap fucking fucks up the aliens, and then right after, the cop is like, "All right, we're gonna do everything that Cap just told us to do." Great, not only like a great humorous moment, but a great way.
Why so serious?
Why so serious? A great way to establish Cap as the leader. You know what I mean? One of the few things Joss Whedon did well. You almost can't even like compliment that dude anymore without feeling icky. So yeah, that's 2 Rumbles in a row where I saw Razor Ramon lose the IC title. People forget how goated that first Avengers is. I agree. And Hulk Smash, yeah, Hulk Smash was a great moment. Yeah. Oh, we have a doctor, Shawn Michaels' personal physician, who's updating us on Shawn Michaels' condition. Was this when Shawn was supposedly hurt from getting beat up by like in that bar? So in real life, Shawn Michaels got beat up in a bar by some like ex-military guy. Shawn was like drunk and being a dick, so the guy beat up Shawn, gave him a black eye and whatnot. But on TV, they said that Shawn got jumped by like 6 or 7 guys, 6, 7, which is kind of hilarious because they had to make because Shawn had this horrible black eye, so they had to make it sound like, oh, he got jumped by a gang. They had to really oversell it. Here's the part where we're seeing a bunch of Royal Rumble people talk. Most of them, it's like, you know, like, who the fuck is this guy? Is this Barry Horowitz? Jim Cornette with Vader. It's Vader time. I used to think Vader was cool as fuck until Vince gave up on Vader, and by '98 they buried Vader. Like I, Vader's 1998 run like really fucked up my perception of Vader for years. Because I was a kid, you know, so like back then I kind of whatever they presented, I kind of just took as face value. I wasn't savvy enough to be like, oh, they're burying Vader. I just was like, oh, Vader sucks now, you know, because that's how he was presented. That one promo where Vader calls himself a fat piece of shit, I was like, God damn. Of course, Vince made him do that, so it's fucked up to know that now, right? What? Duke the Dumpster Drosy is number 30? How the fuck did he get that? What kind of a sad state of the roster? Jade's title run has been extremely underwhelming. Yeah, I mean, well, you say extremely underwhelming. She hasn't defended the title once. She hasn't defended the title once. Oh, Hunter Hearst Helmsley. Is this the Royal Rumble? We are doing the Rumble now. So Brett and Undertaker are the main event. The Rumble is not the main event. Interesting. And Hunter Hearst Helmsley. Oh, so Hunter Hearst Helmsley and Duke the Dumpster wrestled on the pre-show, and was this for the number 1 and number 30 spot? And Hunter got disqualified. That's why he's number 1. And that's why Duke the Dumpster is number 30. What the fuck? The fact that you're telling us Duke the Dumpster is number 30 in the Rumble? Like, what are we doing here? Oh, number 2, is that Henry Godwin? Henry Godwin, folks. Who remembers the Godwin? Were they brothers or cousins? But yeah, 75 days as champion, and she hasn't done jack shit with it. My only hope, because no offense to Jordan Grace, I like Jordan Grace, but I don't think they're gonna like. She's not winning the title, right? I think that's pretty obvious. So I'm looking forward to Bianca Belair coming back, and I'm hoping Bianca Belair maybe faces Jade at WrestleMania. That would be interesting. Yeah, like we could have had Jade. That's a good point. We could have had Jade during these few months. She could have had a match against Alexa Bliss, against Charlotte. Although I know if they did Jade and Charlotte, they would want that to be like a big pay-per-view match. And I get it. But they could have had title matches on SmackDown. You know what I mean? Um Fuck it. Like we could have had her wrestle at Survivor Series. 5 matches and have Jade defend the title against one of these women. I mean, it's not hard. It's not like it shouldn't be hard, really. Um so yeah, it's Hunter Hearst Helmsley and Henry Godwin. These are the first 2, by the way. Yeah, if they had Jade defend the title at Survivor Series, that would have been one defense. And yes, people still would have complained, but it would have been better than nothing, right? Now, are they going to have the music actually play for uh, the entrance? Because 95 they didn't. It was very awkward how quiet it was when people would come out, especially when I didn't know who half of them were. Okay, we're getting music. And number 3 is Bob Backlund. I don't remember Bob Backlund being around this much in the 90s. He was in the 95 Rumble. I guess he was the champion. Um, right? He won the title in 94, which is ridiculous. That goes to show you how hot the new generation era was, that you had Bob Backlund as the champion. I think Bob Backlund beat Bret Hart. Holy fuck. Uh, but yeah, so Bob Backlund, number 3. I was never a big Bob Backlund person. I mean, his run in the 80s obviously is before my time. But probably the most entertaining Bob Backlund was is when he showed up in like 2000 to help Kurt Angle, and he would just come out and randomly attack people because he was like crazy. I guess that's what his thing was, is that he was this crazy wild guy that just would attack people and help Kurt Angle for some reason. I don't even know if it if they explained why he was doing it. So far, I'm trying to think if so far this show has been better than the 95 one. Probably. But it's also not like a high benchmark. It's not like something to really brag about. But 95 was so bad. I'm also not overly enthusiastic about this 96 show. But we'll see how this Rumble goes. We're gonna get number 4, which is Jerry the King Lawler. Wow. All right. somebody has a sign in the crowd that says Vince McMahon for president. Back in '96, I would have thought, oh, that's the craziest thing I'd ever seen. The idea of Vince being the president. Nowadays, not so far fetched, huh? Not as crazy. The crowd is chanting Burger King at the king. Wow. He went through the ropes. And the king got a bucket of slop. Ew. Oh, is he gonna put the slop on? He's gonna put it on Hunter, right? Oh no. Who's he gonna put it on? They all left the ring, but they went under the rope. They didn't go over. I remember that one show where Hunter. Oh, gross! He threw the slop onto the king outside the ring. Ugh, disgusting. I think some people in the front row got hit too. Ugh. Ugh. God. I mean, I guess that's real slop, right? All right, number 5, I think, right? Is that where we are? Oh, Spark Plug. Bob Holly. Sparky Plug. What a gimmick. The Spark Plug. Can we get to 1999 when he becomes Hardcore Holly, by the way? Like, talk about saving his career. Being a race car driver is not exactly the most interesting gimmick, I would say. Is anybody going to clean that outside? There's a bunch of slop on the mat outside the ring. That's disgusting. I don't want to throw up, but it looks gross. What is slop, by the way? Like what's like? Is it just a bunch of uh, food, like trash food? Because it looks like throw up. I'm obviously not a farm person, so maybe we should ask Mickey James or Fallon Henley, right? They're farm people. Yeah, so far this Rumble has been, man. I remember when I was a kid, the Rumbles used to be my favorite match of the year. Um, but these earlier ones, not great. Not great. Countdown. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. What can we get some like? Can we get somebody good, please? Mabel. My prayers were not answered. No offense. R.I.P. Mabel. R.I.P. Viscera. R.I.P. Big Daddy V. But Mabel's never really been like all that interesting of a wrestler, right? Well, he's big. I guess there's that. He won the King of the Ring, which there you go. The ring has been reinforced. Is that what Vince just said? And he's always had that mohawk, huh? Like, oh, maybe he grew his full hair back when he was Big Daddy V. I don't remember. Is Mabel going to be in a video game? No, in 2K, they will put him in as Mabel as opposed to Viscera or like the gimmick that more people remember him from. How many people remember him as Mabel? But like they'll do it because they put Sid Vicious in as Psycho Sid, right? In his like 92 gimmick. Like, who's asking for that? Man, there's a whole lot of nothing going on right now in this Rumble. A whole lot of nothing. Oh, Bob Backlund just attacked Hunter Hearst Helmsley. Big Daddy V was a crazy time in your life? Man, I couldn't believe when he came out without a shirt on. I was like, what the fuck? Why am I seeing Viscera's boobs right now? Oh, Jake the Snake. Okay. Jake the Snake. Finally, somebody that, like, we give a shit about. And he's coming out with a snake. Is he going to take Damien out? Huge. He said that's a huge bag. Uh-oh. He's taking the snake out. Oh my god. That snake is huge. Is that an anaconda? Oh, the king. The king is... Oh, he put the snake on Jerry Lawler. Jerry Lawler's covered with the snake and he's crawling out of the ring. Oh my god. What a great... Look at how big this snake is. That snake looks as big as the anaconda from the fucking Jennifer Lopez movie. Like, that's a huge ass snake. Man, I wouldn't want to fuck with those snakes. That's some scary shit. That, like, I know they're probably supposedly well trained, or they're like well they're defanged, they're probably non lethal, or not even dangerous, but it's still too fucking big, man. Like, you're gonna have to pay me a bonus in order to do that spot of him putting the snake on top of me. You could tell me that they're as friendly as ever, and I don't give a fuck. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What number are we at? Has anyone been eliminated? Who is this? Who? Oh, Dory Funk. All right. I know Dory Funk is Terry Funk's brother. I know Dory Funk is probably like he's a Hall of Famer, right? But like, man, he was old as fuck in '96. Like, if this doesn't tell you how hollow the roster is. Wow. All right. Well, there you go. No one has been eliminated. Is there 8 people? So we're gonna be at number 9 next. At least we know that Diesel is in this match, because Diesel and Shawn Michaels and Owen Hart. At least we know they're coming, because so far this is a pretty rough lineup. Crowds chanting DDT. If that doesn't tell you how over Jake the Snake was, that he got the crowd to chant DDT. Is there any wrestler today that can get people to chant DDT? Look at the King. The King is hiding underneath the ring, by the way. I admit, smart tactic. I'm surprised more people don't do that. Either the smartest thing is to be under the ring, like Jerry Lawler is, or in 2000, Road Dogg was hugging the bottom rope for like the entire Rumble. I remember that. Yokozuna is next, and Yokozuna is huge. Huge. Although I did think Yokozuna looked cooler with the beard. He's got the beard look right now. Um, he looks more Samoan with the beard. He doesn't look like the fake Japanese character that Vince wanted him to be. He's way bigger here than he was like 2 years before this. Yokozuna makes Mabel look small. Bob Backlund is gone. So yeah, Bob Backlund, the first person eliminated. Yeah, well, speaking of that, we have Yokozuna and Mabel going at it right now. There you go. Vince loves when the big guys face each other. Henry Godwin is being squished by Yokozuna right now. And oh, he just got splashed by Mabel. The ring moved. In case you're wondering how legit big these guys are, I literally saw the ring move when Mabel splashed him. Who would have thought during this time that Hunter Hearst Helmsley would go on to not only become world champion and main event WrestleManias? You'll never forgive WWE for making think that a lot of guys were different. Oh yeah, like making like having a Samoan pretend to be Japanese, like Yokozuna. Yeah, can you imagine them doing that shit today? Um, but yeah, not only would Triple H eventually be world champion, he would be running the company. Triple H is literally running the company right now. Oh, Razor Ramon is chasing the 1-2-3 kid. I wonder why the 1-2-3 kid did that. That's crazy. It is crazy. He literally had a Samoan pretend to be Japanese. Remember when they had Albert or A Train? When he was Lord Tensai and he was like a Japanese character? I mean, I don't think he was pretending to be Japanese, but he was, you know, doing Japanese, like, his character, I guess, was using Japanese culture. I mean, I don't really know what the whole deal was with that. Yeah, Razor Ramon is pissed. Razor Ramon is out here, and he is not letting the 1-2-3 kid go. And see, I do like this, even though this is the same thing they did last year, because Bret Hart came out like 3 different times last year during the Rumble to attack people that he was feuding with. I do like when you have people who are feuding with people come out to fuck them over in the Rumble. Like, that's little detail stuff that you don't always get today. I can't even, like, I think the last time we saw somebody attack somebody during their Rumble entrance, but it was more so like, what, Nia Jax taking out R-Truth to steal his spot, right? Like, it wasn't so much of a storyline feud. It was just to get Nia in the Rumble, right? 2, 1. Who's next? Who the fuck is it? We got somebody from Japan, I guess. Omari? Uh, Vince McMahon is just yelling, Omari! Like we're supposed to know who the fuck Omari is. But alright. Maybe he's a New Japan wrestler that they brought in. Vince just said very little is known about Omari. Well, thanks. Very little is known about this guy that you're supposed to believe is going to win this match. Alright, cool. AKA, we just needed bodies to fill these spots. I mean, whatever. Alright, cool. You know the roster is in rough shape when we're just bringing in people from New Japan and Mexico to just, like, take up spots to... Because I don't even know if they had a full 30 to fill the Rumble, right? I don't even know if they had 30 people. At least not 30 people to do matches and then do a 30-man Rumble. I'm surprised during these years we didn't get 20-man Rumbles, which I know sounds ridiculous, but honestly, it wouldn't have shocked me if like 94, 95, 96, if it was just a 20-man Rumble. That's kind of the state of the roster is in right now. Like even dude, we have Dory Funk in this match. What? Uh, like okay. Although is Dory Funk is that Dory Funk? Is that Terry Funk's father or his brother? Because I know Terry Funk's brother is Dory Funk Jr., so maybe that's the father. If that's the father, then he's old as fuck. Savio Vega. I know Savio Vega. Will you do the Rumble live stream? The 2026 Rumble? I'm not sure. Maybe. I don't know. Do people give a shit about that? Are people interested in me doing that? Uh, I mean, I was really just doing this like these old Rumbles to like test out the live streaming, like try to get back into it. Maybe I'll do a poll. Um, maybe I'll do a poll and see how many people want me to do a 2026. Yokozuna just eliminated Mabel. Wow. I mean, it makes sense. The only person that could eliminate Mabel is the other big guy. Oh, who got out? Omari? The Japanese guy. Is that his name? Omari? Omari, yeah. I would like to see, not Mabel, I would like to see Viscera in the game. I want more Attitude Era people in the game. Let's just, Viscera, Hardcore Holly. Um, we just got D'Lo Brown and Mark Henry back, so that's great. We got the New Age Outlaws back. That's cool. You watched the Marine 2006 and 12 rounds. Marine didn't age as well. The Marine. So I saw the Marine in theaters. I can't tell you the last time I watched that movie, but I did. You're talking about the first one with John Cena, right? I remember at the time liking it, but also I was a pretty big John Cena fan at that time, so maybe I was being kinder to it than it deserved. Uh, in 12 rounds, I think I also saw that in theaters. I remember that being okay, like not bad, not terrible. It's definitely probably the better WWE films, movies. The best movie that I think WWE films made though were the See No Evil movies with Kane. Again, I'm not saying those are great, but I think they're pretty decent horror films. Like they're better than they probably have a right to be. Yeah, it's not fun going back to watch a movie that like you remember liking, and then you go back and rewatch it, and you're like, oh fuck, this sucks. Like this is terrible. Okay, so I remember thinking that about 12 rounds, that it was basically a modern day Speed. Yes, that sounds about right. Colombiana. I never saw Colombiana with Zoe Saldana. I never saw that. I know I saw the trailer a lot because I remember they showed the trailer for that movie like a bunch of times in theaters around that time. So maybe I just felt like I had seen enough of it. I don't know. Um, why is it bad though? I should probably watch it now just to see like you know because I like Zoe Saldana, but I remember people talking about how unbelievable it was that she was able to beat up all the guys that she was beating up. But like, I don't know if that would bother me to be honest. Like, don't waste your time. Yeah, but I was just saying, I think to Shadow Bear earlier that like my rants do the best views on my channel, so I need more bad movies to watch. So if it's a bad movie, I might as well watch. I need more bad movies to watch. Who is this guy? The brother of Eddie Gilbert? I don't even know who. I've never seen this guy before. Robert Patrick was your favorite part of the movie. Robert Patrick as the villain. Isn't it funny that Robert Patrick played the villain in The Marine with John Cena and then played John Cena's father in Peacemaker? How funny is that? You could be my bad movie finder. I'm sure there are plenty of bad movies out there. Oh man. Is that going to be my 2026? Just watching a bunch of shit movies? Because nobody gives a fuck when I see a good movie and I'm like, hey guys, this movie's good. Nobody gives a fuck. I see a piece of shit movie. Yeah, you know, I guess people just like seeing people get angry. I should review the Marine franchise. You know, I've never seen the sequels. I never saw the second one. The second one was with, was that with Ted DiBiase Jr.? And then, and then the Miz did all the other ones, right? Oh, Green Hornet. Uh, the Miz did like his first one was the third one. He did three, four, five, six, seven. I don't know how many of them there were, but he did all of them after three. Green Hornet, yes, I have seen Green Hornet. You know what? I saw Green Hornet in theaters, and you know what's funny? Everybody hates Green Hornet. Everybody shits on it. Everybody's like, "Fuck that movie." I saw it in theaters, and I remember being like, "It's not bad." Mostly because it's Seth Rogen. I don't really give a shit about the Green Hornet like character, like the lore or keeping the sanctity of respecting that character. I just was a Seth Rogen fan, and then I rewatched it. I don't know how many years ago, maybe 5 or 6 years ago. I rewatched it and I was like, okay, yeah, this isn't that good. Like, I wouldn't say I hate it or anything, but it definitely didn't hold up there rewatching it. Uh, well, Green Hornet started out as like, I don't know if you would say that it was a comic book. It was like a newspaper strip thing, and then I think they made like old shorts of it back in the day. Um, Kick Ass is great. Loved Kick Ass. In fact, I remember when I saw Kick Ass 1 in theaters, I watched it with a friend of mine, loved it, and then the very next day, I was talking to another friend. I was telling them about it, and they were like, "Oh yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing that movie." And I was like, "Let's go, let's go." The very next day, I went with a different friend and saw it again because I was like, "Yeah," especially at that time, it was such a cutting edge, different superhero movie. Nowadays, because of the boys and because of Deadpool, it's probably not as special as it was back then. But back then, 2010, it felt like a different type of superhero movie. You know what I mean? Who is this? You got two fat guys coming out, two twins, two black twin guys. By the way, Vader came out in the last entry. You wish they made a third Kick-Ass movie? Now, what do you think, though? Should they do a third one with Aaron Taylor Johnson? Or should Hit Girl, Chloe Grace Moretz, should she be the main character? Or I heard that the current comic book, or whenever they made that comic book, um, there's a new Kick-Ass. It's a black girl. Should they try to do that? Now, the only problem with that is that people would complain and yell woke, even though they did it in the comic books first. It wouldn't matter. People would shit on it. But either way, I think if you do it with a low enough budget, because Kick Ass doesn't have to be a big budget. Kick Ass can be a moderately smaller budget to where if it's good, it's good. Either way, I think any of those three scenarios, um, I wouldn't mind if you have Chloe Grace Moretz and the black girl as Kick Ass. I wouldn't mind that, because like Kick Ass, the Aaron Taylor Johnson version was like he wasn't really a capable character. I mean, the second movie, I guess he became a little more capable, but he wasn't as prepared for it, right? If you introduce a new Kick Ass and have them be a little more ready for it, that could be interesting. I don't know. I don't know what people would rather see though. Here comes Owen Hart, the King of Hearts. You're mad they killed Nick Cage? Yeah, see, I think that scene in the first movie, the first time I saw it, like fucked me up. Him burning alive was like, holy fuck. You know what I mean? It was intense. That one scene when he goes into uh, the warehouse and just kills like, I don't know, 10, 15 dudes. It probably wasn't even that many, but it felt like he killed so many guys. It was pretty awesome. And I like how his costume was pretty much just Batman without the horns. Yokozuna and Vader are working together, by the way. Imagine that tag team. Did they become a tag team? Vader? I don't know. I know Yokozuna won the tag titles with Owen Hart. I don't know if him and Vader teamed up. So you can tell the new generation era is. I'm not as well versed in this time period. Maybe this is also my excuse to watch these shows for the first time. Right? If they do another King of the Ring this year, maybe I'll watch a bunch of um, new generation King of the Ring shows. You know what I mean? Oh, big splash from Vader. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's amazing how the crowd gets up at every entry. Shawn Michaels, the winner of the 95 Rumble, is back in the 96 Rumble. And I believe now he was a heel in 95. He's a babyface in 96, right? You hear a lot of girls screaming. A lot of the girls are happy that Shawn Michaels is here. Oh, Savio Vega is gone. Poor Savio Vega. I meant to say earlier that Savio Vega doesn't get enough love, probably. I mean, he wasn't, I wouldn't say he was like a huge star, but he was like a solid mid-card guy. He had a cool feud with Steve Austin in 96. So probably later this year. Ooh, Vader just lost his mask. And now Vader and Yokozuna are like punching each other in the fucking face. Are they really fighting? What the fuck happened? Always weird to see Vader without his mask. I mean, his mask never covered up like his complete face, but uh, when I see him without his mask, Shawn! Holy fuck, Shawn Michaels just eliminated Yokozuna and Vader. The two biggest guys in the match, Shawn Michaels tossed out. I I don't even know if that sentence makes sense. Saying it. Ooh, and Shawn just threw out 1, 2, 3 kid. Wow, Shawn is getting the this is the most that the crowd has reacted all night, I think, is Shawn Michaels cleaning house. So now we got Sean, Bob Holly, Owen Hart, and Hunter Hearst Helmsley. Oh, who's next? Hakushi. I remember this guy. Japanese dude with all the like the tattoos on his face and body. His whole like I remember him and Bret Hart having matches before. Other than that, I can't really tell you too much about this guy, Hakushi. I just remember him having this distinctive look to him. Vader back in the ring. Okay, Vader is pissed, I guess. But like, yeah, okay. The referees are oh no no no. No 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 no. Wait, what? Wait, so Vader just threw Shawn over the top rope, but they're saying that Shawn's not eliminated. He just threw Bob Holly over the top rope. He threw Hunter Hearst Helmsley over the top rope. But they're saying this doesn't count. Now, I'm pretty sure that this rule doesn't stick, right? Like, if this happened today, I think it does count as an elimination. I'm pretty sure I've seen that before of like eliminated people eliminating illegally eliminating people. I've seen that happen. I remember Kurt Angle eliminated Shawn Michaels in 2005. Is that when that was? For some reason that counted, but okay. You have Gorilla Monsoon, who is the acting president, who got Vader to leave the ring. Is this Tatanka? Yeah. Ooh. Shawn just threw Jim Cornette over the top rope. So now I guess everybody that Vader threw out of the ring is allowed to come back. That was wild to see Shawn get thrown out like that, even though I didn't count. There's Tatanka. I remember Tatanka was like undefeated for like 2 years. I mean, you know, I couldn't tell you why. 'Cause I never really thought too much of him as a wrestler, other than the fact that he had this Native American gimmick. You know, I guess you can't say that Vince didn't give decent pushes to non-white wrestlers, right? Tatanka was undefeated. Ahmed Johnson had a pretty uh, solid few months or year. I don't know. This is during the '90s when like nobody gave a shit if you pushed minorities. Nobody gave a fuck back then. You know what I mean? Oh, yeah. So that's when I don't know how Vader lost his mask. That was weird. We need to see how that happened. And are those tattoos all over Hakushi's body and face, or because I'm not seeing it like smudge off? Interesting. Oh, Sean's about to get thrown out by Hakushi, but Hunter Hearst Helmsley just saved Sean, his real life buddy, even though he just punched him now. Oh, Sean flipped over, but hung on to the ropes. Good for Sean. Oh, Hakushi eliminated by Owen Hart. Aldo Montoya, aka Just Incredible. I'll never understand why Just Incredible had this gimmick where he was a luchador. What the fuck? They called him the Native American Tatanka. No, Sean did not go over the top rope. It's amazing how many times Sean's been outside the ring. Yeah, he's not quick to come back in the ring. I do wish, I mean, maybe this would be annoying. I do wish in the games uh, that you can go out, like, you could go underneath the ropes in the Rumble and kind of like, I mean, it would probably be bullshit for people who were like, oh, the King. I completely forgot Jerry Lawler is still in this match. Completely forgot. But Sean is grabbing Jerry Lawler and pulling him out of the ring, and he's about to put him back in the ring. I completely forgot about the King. Like, that's crazy. He's been gone for like 15 minutes. Mm. Oh, Aldo Montoya is gone, and Jerry Lawler's gone. Oh, Diesel. Diesel. Big Daddy Cool Diesel is here. Now the Rumble is getting interesting, right? We got Diesel, we got Sean, we got uh, Owen Hart, Hunter Hearst Helmsley. Oh, let's be honest, Hunter Hearst Helmsley was pretty much a very lower card person here. Chelsea Green is the queen of being eliminated and coming back. Chelsea Green is the queen of everything. We love Chelsea Green in this chat, in this stream, on this channel. No slander to Chelsea Green. In fact, I would like Chelsea Green to either win the Queen of the Ring, which she could really play up the Queen gimmick. That's the main reason why I would want her to do it, is because she could run with that gimmick. And also, if not Queen of the Ring, I would have Chelsea win Money in the Bank. Because I think the way how Chelsea is booked, the only way Chelsea ever wins the WWE title is probably by cashing in Money in the Bank, right? And I think this is what I would do if I was booking the year. So Jade Cargill is the current champion. She'll have the title going into WrestleMania. I would have Bianca Belair either win the Rumble or win the Elimination Chamber. Bianca beats Jade at WrestleMania. And then Chelsea wins Money in the Bank. Chelsea cashes in on Bianca, let's say at SummerSlam. Right? Like Bianca faces which other big star we can think of. And then Chelsea cashes in on Bianca, wins the title, everybody goes nuts. And then Chelsea can be a chicken shit champion for the rest of the year. She's having to find ways to get out of matches. She gets herself counted out and DQ'd in title matches, which I know normally would piss us off, but because it's her and because of how she would do it, it would be entertaining. It would work. And then I don't know who you would have beat Chelsea, but you'd have it be somebody, you know, somebody. Maybe by then we bring up Sol Ruka, or we bring up somebody from NXT, or somebody new comes in. They switch somebody over from Raw. Kama Mustafa just showed up. You're upset she doesn't have Piper with her? Well, Piper might not ever wrestle again. So I'm more worried about Piper, her health. Apparently her neck is all fucked up. The Secret Harvest needs a heavy. Yeah, I do wonder, like, are they going to replace Piper? But who do you replace her with? I would almost rather, instead of replacing Piper, I would almost rather you bring up Ethan Page and just have Ethan Page be with them. And then you know what I would like? You have Ethan Page with Chelsea in his corner, feuding with Zack Ryder, Chelsea's husband, or Matt Cardona. They're actually using his real name. And like, do you explicitly say that they're married? Or do you have it be like they're married, but professionally, like you can have a funny thing where like they're married and they acknowledge that they're married, but on TV or when they go to the shows, he's her enemy. Do you know what I mean? You have it be like you can even shoot videos of them at home and like they're married, but when they go to the arena, she becomes a bitch to him. She turns, she's like, now fuck you. You know what I mean? Now, like now that we're at work, fuck off. Uh, And then maybe like a couple years down the line, uh, you could have them be paired together, like actually together. But it would be cool. Oh, Bob Holly just got eliminated by Steve Austin. I didn't mention Steve Austin just came out. The Ringmaster, though. He's not Stone Cold. He's not like the Steve Austin that we give a shit about. He's Steve Austin with like a buzz cut. And he's the Ringmaster, so his music that he came out to was super generic. This is like the most uninteresting version of Steve Austin because he's not even stunning Steve Austin like in WCW. And he's not pissed off, angry Steve Austin like he was in ECW. He's just a very generic looking Steve Austin. It's not until the King of the Ring this year that he actually like looks like Stone Cold. Is this Barry Horowitz? Yeah, it's Barry Horowitz. Don't ask me how I know Barry Horowitz. It's more so that I just remember the guy. It's more so that like I remember that he was a lifelong jobber. He lost every match for God knows how many years, and then he finally won a match in whenever that happened, and it was like a big deal. Other than that, that's all I know about the guy. So yeah, that guy just came out. Owen Hart's still in there. That's cool. This Rumble has been pretty uneventful, but it's always interesting to see who the final four are. Because every year when you see the final four, it's almost a clue. A lifetime jobber. I mean, look, it's not the greatest position to be in, but I have to admit, I remember the guy. I remember his name. I recognized him. You could argue that there's worse things that could happen to somebody's career, right? To be forgotten. I remember the guy. Oh, Diesel just chucked Hunter Hearst Helmsley out of the ring. He threw him out like he was fucking a child. Hunter Hearst Helmsley is gone. Sorry, Hunter, but I guess that's the last we see of Triple H. 7, 6, 5, 4. What number are we at? 2, 1. What number is this? Fatu, aka Rikishi. It's amazing how many years Rikishi was in WWF before the Too Cool dancing gimmick, right? Like, he was in WWF for so long where nobody gave a shit about him. And then finally in 2000, he became like the most popular fucking, or I'll say like easily top 5 most popular characters of WWF. 2000 was the most popular Rikishi was. Who would have thought Hunter would get eliminated? Who would have thought that Hunter Hearst Helmsley in 1996 would go on to not only marry the boss's daughter, he would go on to win the world title, what, 14 or, yeah, right? 13, 14 times? Maybe 13 times. And he would go into the Hall of Fame. And he would be running the fucking show. I don't know which of those things is more shocking. Uh, really, any one of them is shocking. Barry Horowitz is still in this match. I mean, he hasn't been in there that long, but he's already been in there longer than I would have guessed. Or than I would have thought. Oh, Sean? Owen Hart is trying to suplex Sean out of the ring, it looks like. But Sean's holding onto the ropes. He's trying to stop Owen. Ooh. It's a shame that Owen Hart never became like a main event world champion. Because Owen Hart, you know, he obviously was capable. You could argue that Owen Hart has better promos than Brett, right? Holy shit. It's Isaac Yankem, the future Kane. Before he was Kane, he was a dentist. Isaac Yankem. Pretty wild to see Isaac Yankem. And oh, there goes Barry Horowitz. Jeff Goldblum, I think, finds Isaac Yankem hilarious. What a name. Who came up with the name Isaac Yankem? Like, it's such a... It's amazing that this dude went on to become Kane. I mean, thank God, right? That the Kane character came along, because Isaac Yankem was not it. Oh, the Insiguri kick. Owen Hart just gave Shawn Michaels an but Shawn Michaels just eliminated Owen Hart. Owen Hart just got eliminated. But yeah, they did the spot with Owen doing the Insiguri kick. It's interesting to see people doing these gimmicks before they would go on to do, like, for example, Kama Mustafa is there before he was the Godfather, right? Isaac Yankem before he was Kane. The Ringmaster before he was Stone Cold. Fatu before he was Rikishi. Like, there's a lot of these. We had Sparkplug, Bob Holly, before he was Hardcore Holly. We're seeing a lot of that, you know. Oh, Marty Jannetty is coming out. And nobody is giving a shit about Marty. No reaction to Marty Jannetty at all. Damn. Man, that's a shame. What number was Mario Jannetty? Like, how much longer of this match do we have left? Oh, Fatu with a hell of a super kick. By the way, Fatu not as big as he would be when he's Rikishi. Like, obviously, when he's Rikishi, he's fucking huge. And who would have known that putting a thong on Fatu would get him as popular as he was? Like, again, whose idea was that? Was that Pat Patterson's idea? How about we put you in a thong? Wait, what? Well, whose ever idea it was. Oh, we're seeing Shawn Michaels and Mario Jannetty wrestle. Look at that. They just knocked each other down. Huh. Uh-oh. How many people are in the ring right now? There's 7 people in the ring right now? What number is this? How many more people are left? Ted DiBiase's there, by the way. He's outside the ring because Ted DiBiase was the ringmaster, Steve Austin's manager. 2, 1. Oh, British Bulldog is coming out. And he's cut his hair. He had long hair in 95, but he's got short hair now. I do appreciate that they now play the music. I don't know why they didn't play the music in 95. Did they not play their music like pre 95? Is 96 the first Rumble where they played music? That can't be true, right? Didn't the 92 Rumble, didn't they play music for that? Oh, there's Diana Hart, Bret Hart's sister, and British Bulldog's wife is in the crowd. She was in the crowd for a lot of British Bulldog. Oh, Marty Jannetty's gone. Yeah, I mean, Marty Jannetty didn't really do shit. At least he had like 10 seconds fighting Shawn. But other than that, man, he didn't do shit in this match. No wonder why he was doing fucking coke and shit back then. Because look at the way he was booked. Oh! Fatu just eliminated Steve Austin. Who would have thought that Steve Austin, the way how he just got eliminated, would eventually go on to become Stone Cold? Like that's why it's always amazing to me, even to watch today's Rumbles. Uh, how do I feel about Maxine losing the title? Um, I mean, to be honest, I wasn't really expecting Maxine to have the belt that long. It was more so like she had a moment. Also, that last match that Maxine and Becky had was pretty terrible. So, like, as much as we were like, hey, Maxine's getting better, man, that match was kind of. Maxine went back like 10 steps forward and 25 steps backwards. Uh, she looked rough in that match. So, to be honest, oh, number 30, Duke the Dumpster. We officially have number 30 here. Um, I was hoping that maybe we would get like a feud with Maxine and Natty for the title. Like maybe Natty would turn on her. But yeah, like I don't know. I'm not surprised. I'm not upset. You know, I'm happy that she had the 2 or 3 weeks that she had it. You know, I bet you she was never even supposed to win, and I wouldn't be surprised if Becky, like, talked them into like, hey, let her win the title for like 3 weeks, and then I'll win it back. You know what I mean? I bet you she was never even supposed to originally have it. Just that's how it feels, given that she lost it so quick. Hopefully, though, Maxine doesn't disappear. Like I know they're doing another rematch, right, with them. Hopefully, like Maxine doesn't disappear. Hopefully, they you know, you could still do a feud with Maxine and Natty. You could still do it without the title. Ooh, Duke the Dumpster is already gone. He was number 30, and he's been eliminated. And was that even a minute? Holy fuck. Um, Isaac Yankem got eliminated as well. The future Kane, he's gone. So is this the final four? I think this is the final four. We have Shawn Michaels, British Bulldog, Diesel, and Kama Mustafa. British Bulldog just got eliminated. We are down to the final three. Kama Mustafa is in the final three. Oh, and he just got eliminated. It's Shawn and oh! Shawn just eliminated Diesel. Shawn wins the 1996 Rumble. Back to back. Shawn wins the Rumble back to back years. 95 and 96. I just saw 2 Rumbles in a row where Shawn won. I do believe though 96 is the Rumble or is the Mania that Shawn wins the title. Like he didn't win in 95. He lost at Mania. 96 I believe he does win the title for the first time. So maybe we will watch that going into WrestleMania season. Maybe we will watch WrestleMania. What was it? 12? Is that when Shawn? The Iron Man match, right? With Shawn and Brett. Oh, oh, Diesel is pissed. Diesel just attacked British Bulldog outside. Diesel is not happy. Uh-oh. I think Michael Hayes was trying to interview Diesel, and Diesel just attacked. Uh-oh. Diesel just said the only reason why he's breathing is because I allowed it. So he's pissed, but because he's friends with Shawn, he's not killing him the way he did British Bulldog, I guess. Uh oh. Diesel's going back into the ring. Uh oh. Uh oh. What the fuck is Shawn doing? Shawn! Shawn just pulled his fucking tights down. What the fuck? Did he moon everybody? What was it with Shawn back in '96 where he was like trying to strip naked every week? Like, what the fuck? We almost just saw his dick. What the fuck was that? Well, he was a horny bastard back then, huh? You know he was fucking a different girl every week. Yeah, every one of these towns. Oh, Diesel. Diesel, you think he was going to attack Shawn, but he wants to give him the high five? The old school high five? There it is. He gave it to him. Look at that. Respect. Diesel showing Shawn respect. You like to see. You love to see it. I like that though, right? That's character. Uh, Diesel's pissed, but he's friends with Shawn, so he's like, if it was anybody else, he would have attacked them. But for Shawn, he gave him the high five. Is Shawn gonna like strip naked again? What the fuck? The hell was that? I could have gone the night without seeing Shawn take his fucking pants off. This time, there's no Pam Anderson to, I guess, stand side by side with Shawn, but alright. Shawn doesn't have the mullet this time either. He had the mullet in '95. Hey! Thank you, Ty. We got our first donation of the night, $9.99. The previous price of the network. In a different universe, we would be watching this on the network, and you would have paid for a month of it. I thank you, good sir. Shawn was a hot heartthrob. Yeah, they called him the Heartbreak Kid for a reason. He was he was. I would bet money he was fucking a different girl, maybe multiple girls every night. Every time they were in a different town. Diesel is still out there, and he looks very upset. Diesel looks very upset. And you know what? We don't get enough of this either. Hopefully Cody Rhodes has something like this where so Diesel lost the title at Survivor Series 95 to Brett. And ever since then, these last couple months, Diesel's been like fucked up over it. Diesel's been like, you know, he hasn't been able to deal with losing the belt. I like when a character loses the title, it affects them to a point where they're either slowly turning heel, they're slowly becoming desperate. I think you can tell a story with Cody Rhodes. Not even saying I want Cody to turn heel, but I think you can have him go down a path similar to what we're seeing with Diesel, where like he's getting a little more desperate, he's getting a little more upset, he's maybe bending his morality a little bit. I would love to see a story with Cody like that. In fact, I would love to see. We won't get this, but WrestleMania, I'd like to see Cody Rhodes versus CM Punk for the title, where Cody is Like, people think, hey, will he turn heel to win this title or to win a title? I'd rather see that than, you know, what are they going to do? Cody versus Roman again. Oh, Diesel is Undertaker is coming down for the main event. Diesel is still out there, and now Diesel is face to face with Undertaker. I don't think so either. Um, I like it for the story of, like, if Cody went after Punk for the title, and you see, like, is Cody gonna turn heel because he's so desperate to win the title back? But yeah, I don't think I would have Cody win the title though. You know, and then you can just have Cody do other stuff for the rest of the year. So Diesel just attacked Undertaker. Diesel and Undertaker are fighting in the aisleway. Uh, Diesel is not dealing with losing the Rumble well. Once again, we need more characters who are upset. Diesel just said, "I'm not afraid of the dark." I ain't afraid of the dark. Oh, Nash. 90s. You can't beat 90s Nash. 90s Nash and Scott Hall were like the coolest motherfuckers. But yeah, I like the idea that Diesel is pissed. He didn't win the Rumble. He's pissed. He's jealous that Undertaker is about to have a title shot, and he's not. Like, it's all out of jealousy or envy. And also, I think Diesel is selling it well. And I think Undertaker looks very cool with that white mask. Is Bret Hart coming out? Bret Hart, like, I know that was a catchphrase back in the day, the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be. But the way people talk about Bret today, still, you could make the argument that, he was right. People still quote Bret, still talk about Bret, still emulate Bret. Um, you know, Not a lot of people, especially from this time period, the new generation, is getting that type of love. And I like the fact that the new generation, pretty much the title bounced around the same group of people: Diesel, Bret, eventually Shawn. Um, it didn't just bounce around to anybody. Like, Vince had his guys that he was like, no, these are the. He didn't even give the belt to Razor Ramon, for God's sakes. And I think Razor could have had a run with it in '95 at least. I would have had Razor be the one to take the title from Bret in '94 instead of fucking Bob Backlund. What the fuck? Oh, did Bret not give his glasses to a child? Even if Razor only had the belt for, like, let's say 2 months, right? I just think it would have made more sense. Okay, Bret did give his glasses to a looks like a special needs kid. Imagine getting one of those cool ass fucking Bret sunglasses. His glasses did look cool. I don't know how you could see through those fucking things. But yeah, they don't always have a match after the Royal Rumble match. So it's very interesting that Brett versus Undertaker for the title is taking place after the Rumble match. I mean, the Rumble match wasn't great, let's be real. But you did have Shawn win. So, you know, Shawn going off the air as the winner isn't the craziest thing in the world. So I'm surprised they didn't have it main event. Although I do like the moment of Diesel being out there attacking Undertaker. I know Diesel and Undertaker wrestle at WrestleMania this year. Diesel's last WrestleMania. So if I can say anything positive about this time period, they did do a good job of setting up future WrestleMania programs and not just the Rumble winner. I mean, like, you know, Taker, Diesel. Uh, there actually wasn't that many matches at WrestleMania 12 because of the Iron Man match. I used to love when Undertaker would do this. He would do the two-handed choke. He only did it though to like I think Shawn and Brett, maybe Owen. I think I remember him doing it to Owen Hart before. Kane used to do it a lot too. And it's not even like a move. It's just to kind of display his the power. Look at the power. Look at the strength. I think the first time I saw this match, which is going to sound very dated, it's going to date me a lot. So back when LimeWire was a thing, because there was no network, there was no other way to watch like old. Well, I mean, I guess I could have like rented the VHS tape at like Hollywood Video or Blockbuster, but like you you only could watch whatever they had. It's not like they had a collection of every show. Because believe me, I rented a lot of wrestling show, like old wrestling shows from Blockbuster and Hollywood Video. Hollywood Video especially had a lot of like WCW pay-per-views. I used to rent a lot, and that's how I would watch them because I never ordered WCW pay-per-views. I only was ordering WWF pay-per-views. I couldn't, we didn't have enough money to do both. So LimeWire, I was able to download this match from LimeWire. That's how I watched this. So this is not the first time I've seen this match, but that's probably why I haven't seen the entire show. Is because I only watched like that one match. I don't even think I've seen that Rumble, the '96 Rumble. Um, and the thing I remember the most about this match was Undertaker wearing the white mask, and I think I do remember how this match ends, or at least I have an idea of how it ends. There's Paul Bear with the urn. That urn is not as big as the urn from '95. So I don't know how it shrank or shrunk. Shrunk? Shrunk. And was the idea that like Undertaker got his supernatural powers from the urn? Like was that kind of the backstory of it? Because I remember there would be times when like if Undertaker got beat up or attacked by like a group of people, Paul Bear would open the urn and Taker would sit up. Like I think it was supposed to like bring him energy, bring him back to life. Again, if you're a kid, like I wasn't watching wrestling at this time, but if you were a kid watching it during this time, you probably thought this was like the craziest shit ever. you know, it's a dead guy who gets powers from an urn. How do you create a character like that, and then how does he ever lose a match? You know, Although Taker didn't lose that often, I guess, during this time period. He was pretty well protected if you think about it. Like he had this WrestleMania winning streak like by accident. I don't even think they realized that he was undefeated at WrestleMania until they got to like 10. 10 10 was the first time I remember Undertaker acknowledging it that he was undefeated. They never acknowledged it on TV until like I think Randy Orton at 21. Ooh, Brett. Brett off the ropes with a clothesline, but Taker does not go down. I love it. Ooh, and Taker over the top rope, but lands on his feet. Like, did Undertaker just have more hair back then? Like, he has so much hair, like covering his face. Okay, they've cleaned the slop by now, at least. Yeah, you weren't gonna have Undertaker land on slop. Ooh, Taker just caught. Oh, that looked like it sucked. Is Bret Hart's sister still in the crowd, or was she only out there for Bulldog? Because in storyline, Diana definitely chose Bulldog over Bret, which is kind of fucked up. But I mean, hey, I get it. Or do I get it? I don't know. And here's another situation where, like, I believe these two are both baby faces. Bret and Undertaker are both baby faces. So you know, neither guy is getting booed right now. They did the same thing with Diesel and Bret in '95. Interesting how often this is happening at the Rumble, I guess. Big boot by Taker. Taker's hair almost looks reddish, right? Although, yeah, I think Undertaker doesn't Undertaker naturally have red hair? Like his hair's been black and brown, but like I think he's naturally a ginger, right? Isn't that weird? I'm noticing like red in his roots. Who's the referee? Earl Hebner. Earl Hebner was always the referee for. Oh, Brett reversed and threw Undertaker into the blue steps, and Taker went flying over the steps there. That looked brutal. I'm noticing that they're not doing a count out. At least Earl Hebner stopped himself from counting. Ooh, look at Brett went after Paul Bear. What was that? Paul Bear didn't even do anything. Brett can Brett can show signs of heelish or heel-ishness. My favorite version of Brett is 97 Brett when he's a heel and he's doing the Heart Foundation group. Oh, okay, so Brett did break the count there. All right, well, maybe he did that earlier and I missed it. In Your House, was that last month? When was the In Your House match that they're talking about? That's the second time they referenced the In Your House match with Brett and Bulldog. I think that was December of '95. I think I saw that. Like I only saw random shows from this time period from like back when they had WWE 24/7. So before the network, they had a 24/7 channel that only showed what they showed. Like you didn't have the choice to watch whatever you wanted. They would only show a select shows uh, per month. So I just had to watch whatever they had on there. So I think I remember seeing that in your house.
Why so serious?
Why so serious? Let's put a smile on that face. Ooh, Brett really going for the legs here. The same thing he did with Diesel. Brett's been wrestling a lot of bigger guys. So, oh, that was a fucking quick count there, Earl Hebner. The hell? What the hell? I think some people at the time thought that like this was a different Undertaker. I remember back in the 90s, for some reason people thought that like Ultimate Warrior was a different guy over the years. Like the original Ultimate Warrior died in a car crash and so they changed him. I remember hearing that. I remember hearing people think that when Undertaker was wearing this mask during this period that it was a different guy. I remember people thinking that when Kane came back in 2002 with the mask that showed his mouth, people thought it was a different guy playing Kane. I don't know why. It's like, oh yeah, the original guy died, so they just have somebody else playing Kane. Like I remember hearing that and being like, wait, what? I mean, obviously it's not true, but it's funny how often. I think the only, well, I shouldn't say the only time, but Doink the Clown is the biggest example of they straight up changed the person playing him. I'm trying to, well, I guess Sin Cara, right? They had a different person play Sin Cara after they got rid of the original guy. I'm trying to think of other times when they changed the person playing a character. There you go. The power of the urn. See? Paul Bear's trying to use the urn to like breathe life into Undertaker. I, I think that's what's going on. Is it working? Yeah, it worked. It worked. Undertaker reversed the figure four thanks to the urn. I always wondered, like, reversing the figure four like this, like, how does it hurt the other person? Is it just pressure? Like, now the pressure just shifted on top of it? I don't know. Ooh. How long did Mr. Perfect do commentary, by the way? I mean, he hasn't been bad. Uh, I just don't really remember him doing commentary like that, you know? Like, was he injured? Is he not wrestling because of an injury? Oh. Oh. There you go. The World Wrestling Federation champion. You can't say WWF. They do say WWF, but you're not supposed to. The World Wrestling Federation. That's a mouthful. He said it again. The World Wrestling Federation. Because you notice how they don't say the World Wrestling Entertainment. They don't say like the whole thing out um, that often. Should we watch the 97 Rumble next? Like next week? Should we just go in order? Ooh. Oh yeah, you know what they did? When Diesel and Razor Ramon left WWF, they did do that stupid thing where they had two guys be the fake Diesel and fake Razor Ramon. But like that was more. They weren't trying to pass them off as the real guys, right? That was more of just them fucking with WCW. But I guess technically they did do that for whatever that's worth. I almost forgot about that. It's a lot easier to do it though with people wearing masks. Yeah, Diesel and Razor didn't wear masks, so it was a little more obvious. Did he say he's doing an Indian Deathlock? That's cool. Crowd is chanting "Rest in peace." At Taker in the mid '90s, Undertaker was super popular. Like I'd say up until uh, '98, I remember people were like really like the people in the crowd dressed goth. They would get Taker tattoos. He was really over in the '90s. Um, until the Ministry, and then like the Ministry happened, and I don't think anybody liked Ministry Undertaker. And like we're nostalgic for Ministry Undertaker now, but I mean like at the time, Ministry Taker was like the most lack of crowd reaction. Like I just don't think they were into like the evil dark shit that he was doing. Like I was a kid, so it scared the fuck out of me. But I don't think people got into it as much as. That's why it didn't last long. If you think about it, Ministry Undertaker did not last that long. It didn't even last a full year. And Taker can barely walk. Just threw Brett out of the ring. Oh, it's amazing how you can throw somebody into the steel steps and it's not a DQ. Oh, Taker is getting the camera wire, the cord. He's choking him. Is that legal? Some people are booing. Uh oh. Do some people think that he's cheating? Interesting. I feel like both guys have had moments of doing heel stuff, right? Oh, he threw him into the ring bell. Oh, what the fuck? He's using a chair. Undertaker just hit Brett with a chair. Is that legal? Where's the referee? Oh, Paul Bear is distracting the referee. There you go. That makes sense. This is why it's good to have a manager out there, man. It's too bad that in the video game, I keep thinking of the video game because probably because the new game is coming out or people are talking about the new game. It'd be cool if like you can do prompts to have your manager distract the referee so that you can use weapons like that, use a chair and stuff, like because that's cool. At least I don't know if there's a way to control. Like maybe there is a way to control managers. I've never looked that up. It's not like they tell you. Brett going back to. Ooh, see, some people in the crowd's booing Brett for attacking Undertaker's legs. This is a lot more of a split crowd than this began. Ooh, key. I believe during this time, like I'm trying to think of what WCW was doing. WCW had Hulk Hogan, they had Macho Man, they had Ric Flair. Um, they didn't have Nash and Hall yet. I think once they got Nash and Hall, that's when they really got cooking, right? I wouldn't mind doing some live streams of WCW shows because I know a lot of those WCW pay per views, at least like early to mid 90s WCW. I didn't watch really any of those. I only watched late 90s WCW, like late 97, 98, 99, even 2000. I was watching WCW 2000 because I was, what, 11? Like actively watching it. I would watch as much wrestling as I could back in 99, 2000. I would watch ECW on TNN. When I found ECW, I was like, oh shit, this is different. Yeah, don't pull his hair. Watch the hair, baby. Capacity crowd. Did they say how many people are there? Like, it does look full, right? Yeah, this has been a very back and forth match. Ooh, he headbutted him. Did the mask add to that? I wonder. Like, right, people who wear masks, or at least not like luchador mask. I mean, like this mask the Undertaker is wearing. Is that like extra padding? Like if Kane did a headbutt, is that does that legal? You know, because Kane's mask was made of not plastic, but it's like a hard rubber, right? And Vince McMahon acknowledging the boos and the cheers. Oh, Tombstone. Nope, nope. What's interesting about Vince doing commentary is that, well, for one, he's not nearly as bad as you would think he'd be. He's actually a decent commentator, but also because he books it, he he's controlling like what stories to hit on and what things to mention. But it is interesting, like him acknowledging the crowd being mixed, because you would think that he wouldn't acknowledge that. He'd like to pretend like, no, the crowd's. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Brett flipped over for a pin there. Ugh. I feel like I've been in the same position for like 3 hours. Ugh, I'm starting to feel it. I'm feeling numb. I can't wait to walk around. Stretch my legs. Oh, he sit up. Michael Myers sit up. Undertaker just sat up. You perfect plex him. Bulldog, Brett. Bulldog. Nobody does a bulldog anymore, right? Who else does a bulldog? Who today does a bulldog? When was the last time you saw somebody do a bulldog? Especially the way Brett does it, like the running bulldog like that. I like when Undertaker sits up, Paul Bear puts the urn up as if the urn is how Undertaker is rising. Uh, like it's so silly for sure, but oh, there it is. There it is. He's sitting up. Nope. He tried to sit up. You wonder if Undertaker got his inspiration from horror movies. I mean, I don't know if he's talked about it. Has he talked about being inspired by Michael Myers? Especially the whole sitting up thing. Like Michael Myers did that first, obviously. Like, did he get that specifically from Michael? He'd have to, right? I feel like he'd have to be inspired from Michael Myers. I don't know about the whole like gothic part of it because Michael Myers wasn't really like the Lord of Darkness type shit. I don't know where he got that from. Maybe just from the Undertaker name. Maybe I know the Undertaker name came from Vince specifically, but I don't know if Vince was coming up with like the ideas of, hey, you're gonna be, you know, um, all the supernatural stuff with the urn and shit. Uh oh, Brett. See, Brett's cheating again. Brett just undid the turnbuckle. Brett is cheating. Brett's supposed to be this ultimate babyface. What's going on here? I think Brett had a lot more edge to him than people get. I mean, and not just from the 97 heel run, but like I'm noticing the 95 match with Diesel. Brett was doing heel stuff during that match too. Oh, he took his mask off. Brett just took his mask off. I believe this is the first time Undertaker has had the mask off since the summer of 95. Well, so if anybody was wondering whether or not that's really the Undertaker, the original guy, oh, he took the mask off to throw his face into the exposed turnbuckle, and he did it again. Brett is cheating. Brett, you're supposed to be the baby phase. And oh, Hebner is just yelling, but he's not calling for a DQ, I guess. Although Brett wouldn't care for a DQ, he would keep the title, right? Oh, oh, oh. Tombstone! Tombstone! Holy shit. Is this it? Ooh. Tombstone pile driver. Pin him. Cross of the arms. Wait, what? Diesel. Diesel. Diesel just pulled the referee out. Diesel just cost The Undertaker. DQ? No. Motherfucker. This is the second DQ of the night. Back to back DQs for title matches at the Rumble. What the fuck? Man, can we have a straight up winner? These are pay per views, mind you. Undertaker wins by DQ. He doesn't get the belt. Nope. He doesn't get the belt. Ain't that about a bitch? Why was Vince obsessed with these DQ finishes? Look, I mean, I get it for the story. Right? Diesel cost Taker the title. Like, I get that. You know, I guess if it was me, I would have had, oh, Diesel just gave Undertaker the middle finger. Wow. Oh, wow. And now Undertaker is chasing Diesel to the back. Man. I thought I remembered a DQ, but I wasn't 100% sure. Like, I didn't remember fully. Um, Watching it in context with the whole show, That sucked. That sucked because we already had a DQ in the first match, and then now that we're watching them 1 year after another, Diesel and Brett from '95 was a DQ. So like, fucking hell, man. The new generation was a rough period to be a fan. Holy shit. But I guess Brett keeps the title, I guess. You know? To retain the title when you were clearly beat um, isn't, you know, not the greatest. But the kids still love Brett, though. Is that the end of the show? Oh, Royal Rumble Plus. What's this? The bonus? Todd Pettengill is talking to Gorilla Monsoon, the president of WWF. He's asking about matches for In Your House in February. Brett defending against. Brett defending against Diesel. Why does Diesel get a? Well, because I guess it's his rematch. It's interesting though. We had the Royal Rumble. Diesel just cost Undertaker, but Diesel gets a shot. Okay. Now they're talking to Sean. Am I gonna wear the belt the whole time? Well, I've been wearing this belt since what was it the second match of the night? And the show's almost over. So I guess technically, yeah, I've been wearing it. I might wear a different belt for every live stream I do. I have a lot of belts, for the record. You love how Diesel took Raquel on. You know what? Raquel Rodriguez has been a lot better since she's been listening to Kevin Nash's advice. And not only that, Raquel last Monday on Raw called herself Big Sexy. And I think it fits. I think the last few months, Raquel has been doing probably the best work of her career. Like in ring, her promo on Raw was great. She should continue to call herself Big Sexy. Um, so I'd like to see it. We're we're talking. Todd Pettengill is back to talking to Gorilla Monsoon, I guess. Are you watching all the Raws and pay-per-views in order? No, I watched the '95 Rumble last week. I'm watching the '96 Rumble now. I am doing this because it's Royal Rumble month. But no, I'm not watching all the Raws and shit. Can I please put all my Chucky reviews in a playlist? You know what? We need to do that. Uh oh. Uh oh. Undertaker just went up to Gorilla Monsoon and he's pissed. Undertaker is pissed. Oh, so they're gonna make it a steel cage match. Right. Why are they announcing all of this on the pay-per-view? Like they have Raws. They could do this all on Raw. They're setting up the next pay-per-view on the same show as okay. I'm not complaining. I just I kind of find it funny, how fast this is all coming together. Now we're talking to Diesel. This is my favorite version of Diesel, by the way. Arrogant, cocky. He does whatever he wants. This is like the precursor to him in NWO, right? Like very similar to how he acts in the NWO in just a few months. Diesel's not afraid of the dark. Uh oh. He's talking about Sean. The only thing he's afraid of is the tax man. IRS? Did this happen live where they just had all these interviews after? Yeah, don't tell Diesel he's done. Now he's done. I'll admit these interviews have been the best part of the show. Now we're talking to Jim Cornette and Vader's in the background throwing chairs around. Vader's pissed. We did get some really good promos and interviews during this time. It's the best part of the new generation is the promos. All right, now they're doing, I guess, a Royal Rumble recap. Oh, fucking yeah! Ahmed Johnson almost killed himself. Look, we had a DQ. Like I don't think DQs should be happening on pay per view. I'm sorry. You're ask. Oh, Sonny got knocked off the apron. I missed that earlier. Too bad. Where am I watching this Rumble? What do you mean? Where am I watching this Rumble? Am I going somewhere for the Rumble? I'm not going to Saudi Arabia because that's where the Rumble's going to be. I've never been to a Royal Rumble. That's one. That's probably the last show that I want to go to live. I've been to four Manias. I've been to War Games. I've been to Money in the Bank. I've been to Hell in the Cell. I guess I've never been to Extreme or Elimination Chamber. I wouldn't mind seeing that. Oh, where am I watching? Wait, where am I watching the '96 Rumble? Oh, on Netflix. Netflix has all the old shows now. Now, yeah, now I'll probably never go to a Rumble. That's why it sucks. The last time the Rumble was in Boston was like 2011, and I mean, in retrospect, I should have gone, But how was I supposed to know that that was the last one? That was the last time they'd be in Boston. Now all they do is stadium shows, so it's going to cost a shitload of money. And this year they're going to Saudi Arabia, so obviously I'm not flying over there. But who knows? Maybe one day they'll go to like Gillette Stadium or somewhere close to where I am. Because I wouldn't mind, traveling. I'll travel to New York. I've done that before to go to a show, right? If it's close enough, just to be able to say I've been to a Rumble, like it's like the one show that I kind of want to go to at some point in my life. And my life, for some reason, I'm not as like hooked on one like going to an elimination chamber. Um, like maybe it'd be fun. It's just not as much of a bucket list as the Royal Rumble, right? I've also never been to a SummerSlam. Nowadays, SummerSlams are 2 nights, so if I ever did go, it would probably just be one night, right? Like All right, it's over. The 1996 Royal Rumble uh, is in the books. I hope you enjoyed watching with me, and if we want to do 1997 next week, maybe let me know in the comments after this video is posted. All right. So take care. Brush your hair. See ya.